Sergeant Watson at Holmfirth Police Station.
Hello.
Hello. I'm ringing about a complaint you've made about a letter you've received from the police.
I have, yeah. Yeah.
Are you able to tell me a bit more about this letter? I can't find any record of it, so I'm hoping there's some details on it.
Yeah, there's a letter that's come from Victoria Arundel, and it's signed off by Forbes, Sergeant Forbes, and it says on it...
Victoria Arundel.
Yeah. Well, Victoria Arundel is one of the officers that brutally attacked me on the 8th of May, and it was captured on police body cam, and it was passed to the police standards.
Right, so that's been dealt. Is that being dealt with by PSD?
Yeah, Professional Standards Department. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was passed on by Inspector Butterworth. He gave me a call after he saw the footage, and he said, "I'm passing this to the PSD."
Okay.
So he said, "I'll pass it on to PSD." And anyway, this Victoria Arundel, she's one of the officers that assaulted me, and I didn't. As soon as I got this letter, it started making me feel a bit shaky.
When,
do you know what I mean?
So when were you arrested? When did that incident take place?
The incident took place on the 8th of May at 8 o'clock in the morning.
8th of May, right.
Yeah.
And is this letter just in relation to that? Because sometimes from custody, and I'm not, when you get released from custody, sometimes letters are generated that then just get sent to your home address.
Right.
Is this in relation to that?
No, it's saying about my bail conditions. But it's quite what's the word? Insulting, I would say. It says, number one, not to contact directly or indirectly David McEwan, Rich McEwan, and Elizabeth McEwan. Number one, I've got no interest in them whatsoever, and it's them that are harassing me. It's them that are subjecting me to FGM 14 years ago. I'm now publishing about my story online through my music to cope with all the trauma that they put me through, and to get me through the CPTSD that I'm now suffering long term from the abuse that they subjected me to. I've got every right to go public about what they did to me. I've got every right to help other people to cope with their own issues, if they're coping with their own issues privately, and be there for them as well as a musician. And I'm not interested one little bit in all of this rubbish, not to attend any address that you believe David McEwan, Rich McEwan, or Elizabeth. I've got no interest. I spend all my time in my studio. I'm working 16 hours a day. I've got a recording career. I've got no interest in these people whatsoever. It's them that think that I've got an interest in them. I've never had an interest in them. They groomed me from the age of 18, okay, with the false pretenses that I was going to get into musical theatre because his cousin had a musical theatre company, and I was groomed by that family for 7 years, and then subjected to physical, mental, and serious sexual assaults. Okay, for 7 years, and I only ended up escaping because I ended up with no capacity to make decisions, and I ended up in a psychiatric hospital. That's the only way that I could escape from those people, because my public protection from the police was zero.
This has all this been recorded previously?
It's all been recorded previously, yes.
So the reason I'm ringing today, Cheryl, is regarding your complaint, which is to do with this letter that you have received.
Well, it's
the
all
letter that you have just read.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
It's all in conjunction with it. It's all to do with it. It's all relevant.
This letter is a standard letter that you will have had your bail conditions given to you at the custody charge desk when you were released.
Yes.
They would have told you what they are.
Yeah, and I was very well aware of that.
And all this is just reaffirming that that's what was said to you. This is just a standard letter that is generated by the computer.
No, it's saying now that I've got to surrender on the 8th of the 8th, 22.
Yeah, that'll be your bail date.
But it's rubbish. It's all a load of rubbish. It's just time wasting. It's just time wasting and causing me emotional harm.
Regardless of what you think, Cheryl, I'm not involved in the investigation, but at the time, you will have been given bail conditions to return to the police station once further investigations have taken place. You have been given a date, which is the 8th of August, and you will have been given various conditions, which are those that you were just reading out.
Whatever the police want to do, whatever you want to do.
That letter is just something that's generated.
Let me tell you this. I have contacted my solicitor, Parker Bird Wireless Solicitors, right? Okay. And the man that witnessed, that officer that has sent this letter brutally attacking me, and I've contacted him. I've also contacted the the public protection officer at Kirklees Council.
And as you've already told me, this has been Inspector Butterworth's looked at it and has forwarded it on to PTSD, so it's PSD, so it's being dealt with.
Yeah.
The reason you've rung in is regarding this letter, and what I'm trying to explain to you is that all this is a letter that's generated by the computer when you are released from custody. That is sent to your home address. With everything that you were told at the custody.
But I'll still consider it personal harassment because it's come from an officer in case, Arundel. I don't care if it's automatically sent out. It's been sent.
She was the officer in the case, wasn't she?
But it doesn't matter if it's automatically sent. It's been sent.
Yeah, and it's not telling you anything that you don't already know.
Are you saying to me then, if I sent you harassment letters to your address and it was automatically printed by a printer from my computer, it's not come from me, has it?
It has to have happened on more than one occasion for it to be harassment anyway. But
it has happened on more than one occasion. I've been suffering from it I've been suffering from police harassment for 14 years.
Not harassment.
14 years.
This is a pre-generated letter that tells you exactly what you got told when you were released from...
I'm not accepting that. 14 years of police harassment.
Right. That's not what I'm ringing to speak to you about. You've raised up various different complaints.
You've made me critically ill.
Personally, I have never spoken to you, Cheryl.
No, the police in general has made me critically ill.
Today, and I have explained to you the reasons why that letter has arrived.
I have medical evidence.
Log now. There is no complaint to be made, and I will be closing this log.
I have medical evidence of the police causing me serious psychological damages.
Right, and
I'm suing you.
Investigated by you can do however you choose.
I am suing you.
The only reason
I'm suing you for brutality. And I'm suing you for psychological damages as well.
And the only reason I'm ringing you, Cheryl, is regarding your complaint that you've had a letter generated by custody. I have explained the situation to you, that this just gets created upon your release.
Well, I've
already been told that one will have got sent to your address, and your solicitor will be well aware that this is a
This is further psychological harassment, okay? And I'm going to contact RAM Legal Services immediately, and I'm going to let them know that you are continually causing me psychological harassment.
Well, hopefully
psychological damages.
Okay,
and Lee from RAM Legal Services will contact the CIC and they will sue you for it. Okay. They will sue you for it. It's brutality.
Right. Okay. So you contact them then.
I will, and also contact Parker Burwell, my criminal lawyer as well.
Yeah, you do that, and
I will do.
Them that you've been
I will do.
Letter
I will do. It's police harassment. It's police harassment.
It's a bail letter, and they'll understand.
It's police harassment. Go away.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.